Worx Pegasus versus the Pony Jorgensen 60P, and the real question is whether the Pony, being the pricier one, actually pays off in a garage. Both fold flat, and both turn into a sawhorse, but the Worx is lighter to haul around, while the Pony holds more weight and adjusts through 6 heights instead of one fixed 32 inches. Paying more only makes sense if you actually use that, and going cheap on a wobbly bench is no win either. By the end, you'll know which one fits you. Let's break it down. Start with what actually matters when you're cutting on one of these, which is whether the table stays put under a circular saw instead of skating around. The Worx Pegasus holds 300 pounds as a table and 1,000 as a sawhorse, and for most weekend work, that's plenty. Its top is molded plastic over steel supports, so it's rigid enough for sawing, sanding, and staining without complaints. The Pony Jorgensen, on the other hand, is rated for 500 pounds as a table, and that comes from an aluminum leg frame instead of a mostly plastic one. There's one buyer who put that to the test in a way I appreciate. I've had this for a few months doing sawing, sanding, routing, and staining, and I've stood right on top of the table with no problem at all. The bottom shelf is noticeably sturdier too, and the metal support bar takes a second longer to set, but it feels more solid once it's locked. That kind of thing I take seriously, because standing on a folding table is the honest stress test. The Worx is stable, the Pony is beefier. For a garage setup, that matters. Rigidity is one thing, but it's useless if the piece slides while you're cutting it. Both come with clamps built into the design, which is the whole point of tables like these. The Pegasus includes 2 24-inch quick clamps and 4 clamp dogs, plus a full-width aluminum track that doubles as a saw channel. And that track is far enough from the edge that you can clamp on either side of your cut. Here's the catch, though. Its clamping capacity tops out at 18 inches wide, so if you're regularly working wider panels, you'll be reaching for your own clamps. The Pony comes at it differently, with 2 12-inch medium-duty bar clamps, 2 6-inch light-duty ones, 4 bench dogs, and quite a few more holes to place them. The clamps themselves are simply better made, especially the medium-duty pair, and you can build a fence to work against in seconds. Its saw groove is much smaller and doesn't run the full width, so you end up cutting just off the edge instead of over the table. One more thing for advanced folks. The dog holes are 19 millimeters, which doesn't perfectly match the 20 millimeter accessories from MFT-style systems. The clamp setup is what separates these two, but hauling them is where it flips. The Worx weighs 30 pounds and folds down to about 5 inches thick, and it tucks under your arm without drama. Owners with a shared garage keep 2 of them folded in a corner and pull them out when a project comes up, which tells you how little room they take. The Pony is heavier, closer to 32 pounds, and it feels like more than that because there's no carry handle and the shape is bulkier. Buyers mention it repeatedly, including some who built a little dolly just to roll it around the shop. If you're carrying a bench upstairs or in and out of a truck all week, the Pony is the one that gets old. Height is where the Pony earns some of that weight back. The Worx sits at a fixed 32 inches, which is fine if you're average height. The Pony adjusts through 6 settings from 30 to 35 inches, so taller people stop hunching, and you can level it on a sloped driveway. That extra adjustability is not just marketing. So where does the extra money go? The Pony is the pricier one, and you're paying for the aluminum frame, the higher table rating, the better clamp set, and the height adjustment. Nothing about that is padding. It's all stuff you feel in use. The Worx costs quite a bit less and covers the same core job since it folds flat, converts to a sawhorse, clamps your work, and takes a beating. What you give up is the height range and the heavier duty clamps. Worth knowing too, the Worx links to other Worx tables with included connectors if you ever want a bigger surface, while joining 2 ponies means grabbing a clamp underneath. Both tops are on the narrow side for big sheet goods, so neither replaces a real bench when you're breaking down plywood. Here's the call. For most people watching this, I'd take the Worx Pegasus, because it does the same core job, carries easier, and you keep a good chunk of money in your pocket for the wood. That said, if you're tall enough that a fixed 32-inch top has you hunching, or you work on a sloped driveway where leveling matters, the Pony is the one, and the height range earns its extra cost. And if your clamping runs to serious work holding, wider material, and real bar clamps, the Pony pulls ahead there too. But if you're hauling a bench upstairs or into a truck every week, no fluff. That missing carry handle will wear on you fast. And you, which one would you pick? Let me know in the comments. Links below in the description.